When it comes to Bonelab modding, the creator BabaCorp has created most of the S-tier mods. However, due to their untimely retirement from the Bonelab modding scene, I wanted to solve the mystery we may never get a resolution to. What is up with the 7-Eleven map? If you've spent any time on YouTube in the Bonelab category, you have definitely come across this map in comedy skits.
Eat this for nutrients, Gregory!
Put the money in my ass! Oh shit!
But what these content creators don't post about is the lore that's hidden in this map, and the fact that there is, in fact, a story being told here. But before we go any further into this mystery, I have to remind you to subscribe to this channel so I can continue to overanalyze literally every single map I jump into. But without further ado, let's uncover this mystery. What any player will notice when entering this map is how the ambiance really engulfs you. This is of course where VR has an upper hand in the horror genre, because everything is up to the player since they are, well, literally and physically in the environment. The first of many spooky moments will be where you see a black shade in an apartment window. However, when approaching the shade, it will simply slide away into nothingness. Investigating the apartment further, nothing is found. Going all the way to the top in this apartment complex, the player will come across a trail of blood. Following it, the player will find writing on a wall talking about the 7-Eleven store located right across the street. Clearly, there is something there that the players have to find. Taking the elevator down to the basement of 7-Eleven, the player will encounter lots of glowing red eyes in the dark. Whilst these entities are harmless to the player and to any NPCs that wander in, they are not afraid of roaring at the player if they get too close. To the right when leaving the elevator, the player will come across a locked door, and after pushing 3 different buttons hidden across the map, this door will open and the player will be asked to put a power cell into a specific tube and then pull a lever. This is where the story ends for now, but what does it all mean? AIP is referenced over and over in this map, leaving behind notes and clipboards with pieces of lore. But what is AIP? AIP is a scientific company whose CEO, Philip Collins, has a special project involving neural technologies. If you look deep enough into it, you realize that AIP has created the 7-Eleven as a recreation for their users. These users, however, are not in the simulation out of their own free will. They have been trapped by the company as federal punishment. Judging by the documentation left behind, these criminals don't have a physical body in the real world anymore. The only thing remaining of them are their minds. One thing that stands out is the shade. This is the AIP surveillance drone. In the map, you can only see it in 2 places. In the apartment across the street from the 7-Eleven and in the haunted house at the edge of the map. Specifically from the bedroom window on the 2nd floor. The main reason why it can be seen from only those windows is because that bedroom is BabaCorp's own. So it makes sense why he would be able to keep the shade out and be able to keep it at bay. Thanks to the shade, Philip Collins knows who Baba is. But who is BabaCorp? All over the map you can find clues to something called BabaCorp, and except it being the name of the mod maker, in universe it's the good guy company. BabaCorp has been able to hack into the simulation and is doing their best to alter it for the better, due to the fact that the people stuck in there are stuck forever. This also works as an excuse as to why the map keeps getting new buildings added. BabaCorp most importantly has added the Baba Oddity Emporium in the elevator shaft, a room that gameplay-wise hosts the orange button, one of the 3 to open the main lab door, but more importantly, the first room to be added as BabaCorp hacked into the AIP simulation. The interactions between BabaCorp and AIP have merely consisted of Barbacop not wanting to cooperate at all with AIP, since he believes that what AIP does is messed up. It's also worth noting that the CCTV footage from the 7-Eleven doesn't go back to AIP. It goes to only one place on the map, and we can find where that is when we enter the Barbacop tower. There we find one TV that has the security camera feed showing how much control Barbacop has over this simulation. To sum this all up, the 7-Eleven isn't real. It's a simulation made by AIP. They use it to keep the minds of the people they either get from the state, so criminals, or simply people they trick into being tested on. Barbacop is the savior in the story, and whilst not being able to release these test subjects out into the real world again, he does his best to make the simulated world more livable for them. Adding furniture shops, empty apartments where they can move in, and even adding restaurants and comedy clubs for these trapped people to hang out. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It's been fun to try to discover something that I wasn't 100% certain about to begin with. I'm not saying that my way of telling this story is correct, but knowing the fact that the creator himself, Barbacop, probably won't return and probably never will update the map until someone makes a more cohesive analysis of the story, this is what I'll stick with for now. And hey, maybe you will too. But thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing. If you have Bonelab, download the map and give it a play yourself. Maybe you can find something that I missed. Anyways, bye.